Gente, hoje a TV Capricho tá aqui com ele, o maravilhoso Charlie Hunnam, que veio divulgar o filme Rei Arthur, Além da Espada. Hi Charlie, how are you?
I'm okay, how you doing?
I'm great, thank you. So are you enjoying Brazil?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's funny when you come here to do these type of press things that most of the time you just sit in a hotel room like this all day long, but I'm getting to speak to some nice people like you, so I haven't really seen much of the city, but it seems like a beautiful place. I'd like to come back here at some point and actually have a vacation and get to see more of the city.
You gotta come. Did you try any Brazilian food?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I've been enjoying the breakfast here at the hotel every day. We got to go to Dom's restaurant last night.
Wow, that's fancy.
Yeah, it was really fancy, but it was exciting. I'd seen him, the chef, on Chef's Table TV show.
Yeah.
And, I thought he was such a really interesting, compelling, seemed like a very kind man. So I was excited to go and eat his food, which was obviously spectacular.
I've never been there, but I can imagine.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I need you to do as I tell you. I need to get you and the boy away from here.
Did you see everything you needed to see?
Let's talk about King Arthur. The story of Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table have been told many times. What were the challenges for you to make it different? And why do you think people should watch this movie?
Well, you know, it's interesting. The Arthurian legend is the same story as we've told 1,000 times before. When you really get interested in storytelling and study storytelling, as obviously I have for the last 20 years because that's my job, you realize that ultimately we tell the same 2 or 3 stories over and over and over again. We just dress them up in a different suit of clothing. So, like if you would take Star Wars, for example, Luke Skywalker's journey through Star Wars is exactly the same story as King Arthur. In fact, all of those stories are really based on the Arthurian legend. And so we didn't really feel the need to figure out a different story to tell, because that's an essential story. What we did was just sort of dressed it up in a new suit of clothes and tried to make it a little bit more accessible for a contemporary audience. You know, it's Guy Ritchie, so there's like a cheekiness to it, like a bit of a, you know, there's a lot of very good action. He does action, I think, better than anybody else, and you know, it's just a cool, fun, exciting.
This is your proxy, the man who pulled sword from stone. Behold, your born king.
What I like the most about this movie, as you talked about the action scenes, are those scenes in slow motion. How were they shooted? I was so curious about it.
Well, it's a good question. It poses a lot of technical challenges shooting that, because when you have 2 people in the same scene that are moving at different paces, then they have to be shot separately. So I would shoot most of those fight sequences by myself. And then, like, if you were in the scene with me or whatever else, then we would shoot the other side with you, and then they would marry those images together, which was helpful, because it was kind of a bit nerve-wracking to actually. There were some sequences where I did work with the other actors, but they were real swords we use. I mean, they're not really sharp, but still, if you hit someone with them, you know, you could really.
Okay, well,
really
so you
mess
better
them
shoot
up.
it separately.
Yeah, exactly.
And well, you also had to gain muscles for this part. How was your preparation for this character?
I mean, I just, you know, went to the gym just like anybody else who wants to get into shape. You know, you just have to be very disciplined. And diet's very important, you know, cut out sugar, cut out dairy, cut out all carbs.
Is it easy for you?
Go to the gym. No, not at all. It's horrible, you know, but it's my job, so it's okay
Yeah,
to
I
do
know.
it once
I
in a
know you
while.
love chocolate.
I do love
It is
chocolate, yes. I love all the bad stuff. I'm addicted to sugar, but most people are, you know.
You
When
wanted the part more than.
That's right, that's right. But when you cut out sugar, it's amazing how much better you feel. I mean, I would think after not eating sugar for an entire year, which is what I did, and how fantastic I felt that I would have just never gone back to it. But the minute I finished shooting, I immediately went back to
Just
eating
give
an
me all the
enormous
chocolate.
amount of sugar. Yeah.
Ok, well, Charlie, thank you so much. Really nice to talk to you. Gente, o Rei Arthur estreia dia 18 de maio nos cinemas.